Hello everyone, just 1 second, just making sure it went over to both locations. How are we all tonight? Seems like the other location. There we go, and then we just need... hello, 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 there we go. So close. Why is it not? Right, there we are. Hello everyone, and we are live. Welcome to Mixed Media Monday on a Tuesday, because yesterday we had when we at 7 o'clock we had a storm hit us. It was gone by like 7:10, 7:20, but when we were supposed to start, it looked very, very heavy. So we did not do part last night. So we're here tonight. Hello, and if you're watching this recorded, I hope you enjoy the class. So, well, you're watching this after the live. So tonight what I'm thinking is we're going to come in and have some fun and just do some splatting down of colour, and then come and draw our desired stencil on top. A nice, simple one. I'm going to do it on the single page because I realised that like last week that we had a gap in all of our pages of our art journal. Like everything else has been filled up, but yeah, this one here had a gap. So I was like, whoop, we need to fix this. So let's come in. I'm going to show you like the different types of splats that you can do with a fan brush, a gesso brush, and with a blending brush. So there we go. So let's come in. I've got 3 colors and 3 brushes. Aren't I organized? Look at me go. So just going to grab some of this cerise pink, this orange, and the lemon yellow. But I think with the lemon yellow, I'm going to mix a little bit of white in with it, just so then it stays opaque for us. That's our main goal. Ooh. There we go. It's just a little bit of white. And now let's come in. 1 second, sorry. Oh, hi, Di. Get this up and running. There we go. Right, so let me grab out the gesso brush, and we're just gonna mix in our yellow and white. Get it all nice and lovely mixed, but that's not the first color we're gonna come and do. First, I think we're gonna do our classic blending brush with the orange. So we're gonna get, you want glumps this time around. So we've got a fairly thick piece of orange. We do have a little bit of yellow there, but that'll be fine. Dunk it in our water tub. Get it to soak. And let's just come in and... woo. So we're going to cover our page fully in splats tonight. So we don't have to aim. We've just got to splat. Look at that. So there is our orange splats. Now, I sometimes like doing these half pages a bit more than what I like doing the full pages, just because I feel like the half pages you can do a little bit more funky stuff with it. However, we probably will get a bit of the splat on our what's it called, on our next to our page, but I'm not really fussed by that. So we're just going to come and do a 5-second dry. Because I want my colours to be separate. So I'm just making it touch dry. I'm not going to go in and dry it to the bone. I'm just making it so then when I put more colour down, it's not going to move. It doesn't mean it's fully dry. Oh, hello, Diane. Hello, Tina. So just coming in. Let's dry up those flats. Having a loose wrist is, I think, the key when splatting away. We're just going to put these away. Okay, just, you know, don't get it absolutely everywhere. And then dunk our paintbrush in the water. We've got a yellow on the gesso brush, and you can either do it this way with the gesso brush, or you can do it flat. It's up to you. It does make a little bit of a different mix there. So straight. Ah, I got it on myself and on the page next to me. There we go. 1 second. Hey, Dad, can I have some wipes? I just realized I'm wearing kind of a good dress.
Sorry?
Can I have some wipes? I've got like...
No, wipes you want now. You've got paint over.
On the dress that I love. Well, I need wipes. Yeah, my dad's not a very good assistant. So we're letting this layer dry while I completely catastrophize. This is my favorite dress. And it's actually a hand-me-down from Mum.
Sorry, Your Highness, I went here.
Right.
Ah, dearie doctor. Hello, everybody.
What have you been late for?
Well, what have you done? You've got orange and yellow.
Yeah, and we still got pink left to go, so I think I might keep the cloth.
Right, that could be a wise decision. Oh,
Really?
I would like to say that
It's going to come out in the wash, isn't it?
it was hard.
Okay. Wow. Mostly cleaned up. We'll also clean the wall that Dad didn't notice. Right, there we go. All fixed. So yes, that's the yellow with the gesso brush once again. It's really fun. I suggest an apron if you don't like mess or you're wearing something that, you know, you're a bit attached to. So let's just come in and get this a little bit more dry than what it is. So the yellow either dried or it pulled up with the orange, which is to be expected, honestly. And what I'm going to do is, I don't really want this pooling tonight, so I'm going to come in with my gauze and just get it to soak up. It's got any soakability left in it. Just the pooling here, because I think it's going to take away from my spot. So now we have a bit of pooling here. It's just like, it doesn't actually have any extra pigment in it. It's a lot of water. So I'm just trying to soak up that water. And a tiny little bit of pigment the pooling had in it. I'm just coming in. Once again, getting it touch dry. So then our last colour, pink, stays completely to its natural colour nearly. And I'm just going to come in with the cloth and cover my dress. I know. Should have worn something else. Okay, here we go. And just grabbing. We want the glumpy. We don't want a thin bit of paint on our paintbrush. Goodness me, that doesn't make for a good splat. Lots of water, lots of paint, and look at that. So a fan brush is a bit more directional in its splattering, if that makes sense. Like, I think a fan brush, you have a lot more control with the splat. So if you're someone who's not really into splatting, maybe the fan brush is for you. Because you can kind of guesstimate where the splat's going to go. You know? I mean, it's pretty easy to guess where that's going to go. Okay. And let's just come in and dry this now again. Like, I think the most uncontrolled would have to be probably the gesso brush because it sprays back up. The blending brush would be in between the fan and the gesso brush, definitely, I reckon. So if we just come in, I'm going to give this a bit of a quick dry because I want to do one more yellow layer of yellow again, just to bring that lightness back into play. Now let's come in with the yellow again. So just grabbing out our gesso brush, re-picking up that yellow. So just getting a nice bit of it, putting on the water, and once again, yeah, the gesso brush is definitely a lot more unpredictable than the other two. And there we go. I think I'm quite happy with that splattering. Let's come in, get rid of some of that pooling. And because we've added that second layer on, and we only touch dried it, which means, like, you know, when you touch it, there's a little bit of moisture, but not much. You get kind of a bit of a marbling effect with your paints. When you dry it, you will lose that marbling effect. So if you want to keep that effect, you have to let it dry naturally and not with the heat tool, which is where, you know, you put it to one side and you kind of forget about the painting for about a week and come back and you're like, oh my gosh. Oh, hello, Karen. I hope you all enjoyed our premiere class on what's it called, on Friday night with the box Aussie card. It's we decided to test out our system that we're going to be using while we're away because we have, I think, something like over 10 classes while we're away going up. Just so that we keep to the usual schedule during December means that everyone doesn't have to, like, you know, chop and change just because we're going to teach on a cruise. Here we go. So for the pencil that I'm going to use for the next step, we're just going to make sure it's fairly dry. Yeah, because we're still the Redshaws. We still have to teach. So yeah, there we go. So, Okay. And there it is. It's mostly dry. It looks really effective. So we're going to come down nice and close now for our next step. So let's just bring you in because we don't need the water tub or the palette for this step. What we need is our turtle stencil. Now I've chosen the turtle. You might choose something else. I wanted to use the turtle or my big zebra flower, but I reckon the turtle is going to look pretty fantastic with this. And we're going to use our Stabilo black pencil. I just want to come in and have a play with the pencil. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to outline our turtle first. Remember, you want your splats to be pretty dry. We're also doing this in summer because, you know, it's hot and it dries everything super fast. Also, happy second day of summer, everyone. I hope you all have that summer feeling. There you go. And just last but not least, the two last little bits. So just coming in. There has been a few little bits of wet paint that my stencil has kind of smudged into, but that's okay. And there we go. So there's the outline of our turtle. And now what I want to come in and do, I want to do some shading with my pencil. But what I need is I need to sharpen it because as you can see, this is what happens with the Stabilo pencils. When it comes into contact with wet paint, the actual lead of it gets sticky and it becomes blunt really fast. So I need to get, because I've ran into some wet paint there and there, I need to get a sharpener and sharpen my pencil up. This will help us get a bit better shading, a bit more detail. Hey Mom, do you know where your sharpener is?
No. Watercolors. The watercolors that are not here in the tub at work.
Okay. Let me have a look to see.
I'll have a look.
Okay. Right.
Amelia might have a sharpener.
Amelia has a sharpener. Look at that.
Wowzers.
Let me just sharpen this one here. Really bleak. There you go. Nice and sharpened. No, I'm not going to use the sharpenings. Okay, so let's come in. With this pencil on the side. We're going to avoid the bits where we had the wet parts of the paint. And just come in. And keep going around. So this bit here does take a second, and you do want to get nice and close to your artwork so then you can see what you're doing, which is why my head's like right here, like just off camera. Hello. There you go. So just coming in, and I'm not standing my pencil up right, I'm dragging across. And it's not just so that you can see what I'm doing, but it's also so then we get this nice little texture bit here. And then we're going to come in and just do a little bit around the outside of our shell pattern. Ooh, wet paint, wet paint, wet paint. Oh. Okay, still wet paint. Just come around to the top bit of our things now. Just going to slightly spin it so that my hand feels a bit comfortable doing this bit. Okay, and now let's grab out too thick. Just choosing a pencil that's nice and thin enough. Stick. I mean, not pencil, paintbrush. Just right. So we're going to grab just a little bit of paint. We're going to scrape it along. Now, if you're afraid that you're going to grab too much water, sorry, we're grabbing some water out of our water jug here. If you're afraid you're going to grab too much water, you can have a piece of paper towel, just dab it. Summer in Gladstone is just a tad warmer than summer in Melbourne today. Today we got to 18 degrees, but the next couple of days we'll have 28 and 32 as a top temp. Oh, Karen, you're joining the rest of us finally. What can I say? We've been having 32-degree days for quite some time. So let's come in. And because our Stabilo is activated by water, it's a watercolor pencil, a water-soluble pencil. And come in. And just get it. I'm just adding a bit more water because what I want to do is shade. It out. You can if you want. I I don't if I've added water to it, because once I've added water to it, it doesn't reactivate again. However, because it's very much like a watercolor pencil. However, if you don't add water to it, I definitely suggest using a sealer, a spray sealer, because if you use a paint sealer, it's just going to, like, where you paint it on, it's just going to spread that pencil. It'll take hold of the pigment and it'll run like a bit of red paint on a white cloth. It will just run, 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 run. So definitely would suggest using a spray. If you don't have one on hand, your typical hairspray normally does the trick. Funny enough. Yeah, hairspray. There we go. It's just coming in, and the turtle will slowly work its way through. Now, this is the bit where I kind of find scary, when the outside bit of the turtle, we've got to blend it out. But what I find helps is just, you start at the edge and you move it out. You don't go in, because then I accidentally go too far and I shrink their limbs a little bit too much, and they look a little bit disproportionate. So I just come in and I move it out. So, and I normally typically do the first bit around the limb or the part as a solid line, and then come in and move it out. You can switch to a larger paintbrush when doing that bit. We need to turn the art journal around. Just coming in and moving it out. Coming in, and as you can see, the Stabilo, oh, the Stabio's pencils really do hold a lot of pigment in them. So it's a nice and strong pigment. We do also have them in a white, which is amazing for highlights. But I would leave your shadow layer like this about a day or two, or you can heat dry it before adding in your highlights. This just means that you get like the best possible thing. It also means that it's going to be fully dry, so the black stevia shouldn't move. So right now it's fairly wet and it's on top of not fully dry paint. So yeah, there does always need to be like a moment where you go like, okay, I need the project to dry before going any further. And this would be one of those points if we were going to do highlights, but I don't think it needs it because of how bright our background was to begin with. Because, oh my gosh, yes, that turtle looks amazing. I am very happy with that. I don't know about the rest of you, but I am more than happy with that. That there to me is fantastic. But I hope you all enjoyed that, because I did. I know it's a nice short one, but it's only half a page, and I just really wanted to show you how you could get loose and then make it into something. So we made ours into a turtle, but you could make yours into like waves or a spider web if you really wanted to, or a mandala. It's quite a fun one. But thank you all for coming. We will be back for our weekly classes this week on, oh, thank you so much, Diana, on thank you, Di, and thank you, Karen, on Wednesday and Thursday for scrapbooking and card making in our creative hub for the weekly classes. And then I think we also have a pre-recorded class on Friday. That pre-recorded class will be available only on YouTube, on Scrapbook Fantasies YouTube, not on my YouTube channel that we're currently on tonight, on the Scrapbook Fantasies one, as we can only post them to one page at a time. But thank you for coming, and we will, yeah, see you throughout the week. Keep an eye on our socials. There's a big announcement coming. And we'll see you all throughout the week. I hope you have a very crafting week and stay out of the heat. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And bye. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed tonight.